7:49 in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, the Trinidad and Tobago School of Protocol is hosting a corporate protocol and etiquette course coming up on Monday and Tuesday of next week. It's going to be at the South Campus of the University of the West Indies at Padmore Street in San Fernando. It runs all day from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. On both days. The cost $3,500. We're joined by the facilitator and the principal of the Trinidad and Tobago School of Protocol and Etiquette, Wendy. Very good morning to you. Good to have you on the program. Good protocol, good etiquette, introducing the guests, doing everything properly. Don't want to get in trouble. What is the intention of this exercise? Who are you targeting with this to benefit from the discourses and the presentations over the 2 days?
The course, basically, what I found is lacking in Trinidad and Tobago is actually protocol and etiquette, what we do and how we do it. And we brand ourselves as a third world country, but yet we would like to communicate on a first world level. And bearing that in mind, I didn't want to highlight a problem without a solution, which is where the Trinidad and Tobago School of Protocol was birthed. I'm targeting corporate entities. I'm targeting people who interact daily with the media, who are on the forefront of their organizations, etc.
And let's give you some of the basic information as well. We've given you the cost, and if you want more information, you've got by Friday to register for the event. You can call 289-5527. You can email tttSOP@gmail.com. That's TTT, like the old Trinidad station, tttSOP@gmail.com. Or you could go on Facebook to the Trinidad and Tobago School of Protocol. We're talking about many different things here when we talk about protocol and etiquette. Yes. How will business people, how will individuals looking to make it ahead in the world, corporate world, how will they benefit from what is going to be taking place?
They will be able to communicate more effectively.
Meaning what? When we say communicate effectively, in the sense that getting the message across to people who will feel that they've been treated with courtesy or been treated with respect?
It's a broad spectrum, so let me break it down for you.
Yeah.
Etiquette is broken down. You have telephone etiquette. You call an establishment, you have to know how to answer the phone properly, how to address people correctly. There's email etiquette. There are things that are acceptable and not acceptable with email. There's etiquette in corporate attire. How you treat with the media. Public speaking, the table and order of precedence, how people are seated at corporate events, how we interact with, for example, the summit, Shogun, events on that magnitude. We need to be able to know how to put things in place. What is acceptable? Gift giving is another thing.
Some will say, and forgive me if I sound like a dissenting voice, some will say that a lot of those etiquette things are a lot of fancy dancy tralala that's really not that important, that people are really interested in the nuts and bolts, how much money I get in from this particular deal, and once the money is right, you could give them the fork upside down, it doesn't matter.
And that would explain their profit margin.
And they may say we're making a hell of a lot of money.
They could make more, which means their vision is not wide enough.
But doesn't protocol and etiquette change over time?
Yes, it does.
And is it important to understand and keep up with the changing times, that maybe what you thought was acceptable 20 years ago is not acceptable now?
That is correct, because for example with myself, every year I go to the European School of Protocol and I get refresher courses done so that I am up to date with what is happening, not just locally but regionally and internationally as well. So times are changing. What was acceptable then is no longer acceptable now, and you have to keep abreast with what is happening, particularly if you want to showcase your business on an international level.
And is there space for that as well, even in the local environment? Even if for a business that be saying, well, I don't have a regional reach, I don't have a global reach, is there something I can benefit from even in the local space by benefiting?
So for example, if you have a restaurant locally, international clientele will come to your restaurant. So it's not a case of you going out there where you think that you would need it only if you travel, but people are traveling daily and they can come to your establishment. And when they do that, they expect a certain level of treatment. They expect to receive a certain level of etiquette because they would have been living by international standards.
And because etiquette appears to be such a fancy word, we think of etiquette as this highfalutin thing. But there is basic etiquette in everything you do,
Correct.
isn't there? Even the salesperson over the counter,
Yes.
dealing with the customer, whatever the item may be. And we have I'm sure you're aware, we have a major problem with quality of service in Trinidad and Tobago. Does that drive you crazy?
Yes. Hence the school. It drove me that crazy that I created this school. Yes.
And in that sense, do you do you get a sense that you are making headway with your school, or are you spinning top in mud in a country that doesn't care
I am definitely making headway, and I am really grateful for the number of calls that have been coming in. The feedback has been tremendous. We are already planning the course for June as well. The feedback is tremendous. People are recognizing the need to get things right. I know we live in a culture where it's pretty laid back, where anything goes. You know, we say what we want, we do what we want. And I say we because I'm Trinbagonian as well. And there are times I may say something colloquial and my mom might say, that ain't protocol. And I would have to remind her, I can live a little at times. So which means we have to set boundaries in our day-to-day lives, in our methods of communication. So there's a nice balance.
There's a place for smiling and protocol, and you don't have to be so stiff and starchy all the time.
Exactly.
All right. Well, time for us to wrap up, but let's remind everybody, the event is coming up on Monday and Tuesday, $3,500 for both days, and it's a corporate protocol and etiquette at the University of the West Indies South Campus at Padmore Street in San Fernando. You can call 289-5527. You can go to the email address tttSOP@gmail.com, or you can find them on Facebook, the Trinidad and Tobago School of Protocol. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. You're more than welcome, my lady. Do have a good day on your journey back to the lovely southern city of San Fernando.
Thank you so much.
I hope I win prizes for that. We have to pause for the news, and then we'll be back to wrap up the program.